So number 5 is more strategic planning. So strategic planning is good. Hosting cannery is good. Absolutely. Is it going to give you immediate results or in long term? It's great. Is it going to get stuff out of the door in the next quarter better? Not necessarily, right? Often these problems, as we know, are down to the bottleneck, and we have to look at the practical place that we have to improve. Number 6 is more accountability. Now, remember what Rami said about more accountability. Making people accountable for doing tasks that are not the right tasks does not help. So it's about making people accountable for the right tasks, not just accountability by itself.
Well, and accountability too. So anyone who's been to therapy for any period of time whatsoever is going to know that accountability is very much a two-way street. So whenever this comes up, and in the US we've got this, it's very much become like sloganized, where it's an HR term, and it's set expectations and hold people accountable. Yeah. And I think I've even mentioned it on this webinar before, but my favorite thing to tell people is that's great. What you're going to do tonight is go home, set a series of expectations for your spouse or significant other, and then just like you do at work, you're going to hold them accountable, and then come in the next day and tell me all about how it goes in detail.
On the couch you slept on the couch that night. Yeah. Again, accountability is when you're just obsessing about getting the work done. We're not getting enough work done. You're not busy enough. You're not taking responsibility. Yeah. But are there, have you really thought about what are you giving them the responsibility for? What are you making them accountable for? Is it the right thing? Yeah. And
then are you likewise accountable for being a support for whatever that thing is that you're asking them to do?
Yeah. And the last one, the 7 of the Seductive 7, and we've all seen this, and that is, let's reorganize the organization. Let's look at the org chart and move things around a bit. Let's move the chairs around. Even let's get a new director of operations. Let's get the CEO's not working, we'll get a new CEO. That is like the oldest trick in the book for just delaying improvement and passing the book to somebody else, right? So if you see any of these things happening, it's called the Seductive 7. It's in the books that Eli and Rami have written, and they own the theory of constraints. They have really pushed it. So we are just repeating what they've said, but it is good stuff. Now, as I said, a lot of what the theory of constraints talks about is purely what lean thinking also talks about. It talks about reducing work in progress and creating flow rather than just producing more product that gets stuck in queues. And it then goes on to say, well, why does product get stuck in queues? Why do when people are working hard, do we not see more stuff getting out of the door in less time? In other words, the throughput does not improve even though people are working harder and producing more product. It's because the product is actually not flowing. It's being produced, but it's just sitting there, in queues. And this is what we use Kanban for. That's why we have a pull system. That's why we talk about one-piece flow rather than batch flow. So there's massive overlap between these concepts.